you don't really want to do it and you want to pack his clothes. You're not submissive, but we're trying. Oh, this is uncomfortable. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for being with me today. Y'all, I know it has been a long time. No talk, no see. Chat, y'all, I had a lot going on. I may get into that in another video. I'm back, like I never left. Hopefully. No. I really want to unpack something that I saw recently on the Instagram, on the social media. I don't know if y'all have heard about it, but this is going to be an episode of really uncomfortable. It might make you uncomfortable. My, Christians, any Bible scholars, any wives. I'm a wife, praise God. Anyone in a relationship or just a woman in general, a person in general who understands the concept of ding, 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 keyword, buzzword, submission. Y'all, we're talking about submission on today. Y'all, listen. In fact, just come and be sitting down. Get whatever tea, drink, soda, popcorn. Pepper soup, jollof rice, all the things, right? Just come and let's talk. We're gonna get right into it. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much to my subscribers who subscribed, even though I haven't posted a video in a couple months. I really, really, really appreciate you. Thank you for everyone that has stayed with me. I appreciate you. You're wonderful. You're doing the Lord's work. Mwah. Thank you so much. And also hit the post notification bell because I will be back to posting more videos. And we have a lot to talk about. Just stay tuned. We're talking about toxic traits that I have and want to unpack with you, and we can share, and just a lot of things, right? Also reviews of some cool African movies that are worth watching on Netflix, shows, all of that, okay? So y'all, I don't know if y'all have seen. So there is a clip circulating from Shan Boody. I was introduced to her on YouTube. I think she started off as a YouTuber. She's like a sex coachologist. She used to be poly or in an open relationship, one of the two. You can check her out on social media. However, she has a podcast, right? I'll put the name of the podcast here. And she had another social media influencer named Jazzy. I think her page is Watch Jazzy, right? I'm not familiar with Watch Jazzy, so those of y'all that know her, give me a little tea. Y'all know I like when y'all give me the tea in the background and stuff. So I'm just gonna go based off the information that I had, and really not too much focused on her, but even just the concept of submission, right? I'm married, I'm Christian, do believe in submission. I don't agree with what Jazzy's explanation of submission is. I think a lot of people get this character trait confused as submission. So we're going to unpack it, and you can, of course, absolutely welcome to disagree with me and let me know why below, right?
What does a submissive woman do for her man?
Everything.
What does that mean?
Like packing his bag, unpacking his bag, just making sure all the things that he wants. And like, I pretty much read his mind. So it's like, if I know you and I study you, like I know how you are in the morning. I know how you are about midday. I know when you're in this mood, what you need. Like before you can ever ask me for something, I'm already on it. I mean, he's spoiled. And when I talk to my girlfriends about it, I was like, oh, how are you guys doing? And I'm just like, girl, he's rotten. I'm like, he's spoiled rotten. Like he's rotten, but I love that. Like I want him to be that. I think my biggest flex is how I treat my man. And I've been known to love people back to health. And sometimes it's very draining, but my love is my superpower. And I used to hate that about myself, but now it's like, I'm just embracing it. Like that's who I am. Like if I love you, I can heal you.
It's your joy.
It is my joy. I love to see him eating the meal that I cooked. I love seeing him sleep easy. Every night, like clockwork, I scratch this man's back to sleep. And I know when he's asleep because I can tell when his breathing changes. And some people might think that's psychotic, but that's like, I just know that's when I'm like, oh, I can stop now. But I find joy in being your rest, So know what that means. And that works for us because he wants what I have to offer.
So basically Watch Jazzy said in this clip, and I am going to insert it here. Hopefully it doesn't get taken down. So if you don't see it, I'm still going to explain it, right? Shan asks her, what does a submissive woman do for her man? And Jazzy immediately says, everything. And as soon as she said that, I'm like, okay, girl. So she says that she thinks for him. She does everything for him. She already knows what his mood is like in the morning, noon, and night. And she just prepares herself so he doesn't even have to ask her or request anything of her. She's already on top of it before he even asks her. She says that she spoils him, that he's spoiled rotten. When people ask her how her man is doing, she's like, girl, he's spoiled rotten, like with pride, right? That she says she loves it. Her greatest flex is how she loves her man. Y'all, this is really the one that got me and that got most of us. Those of us that have seen the video. She said that down to the point of when this man wants to fall asleep every night, every night, God, every night she scratches his back so that he can go to sleep and have a peaceful sleep. And she can tell when he's done sleeping by the way his breathing changes, and that she watches him in his sleep to make sure that he's sleeping peacefully or something to that effect, right? Y'all see the clip. She said she knows some people may think that that's psycho, but that's just the way that she loves, and that's her greatest flex and all of the things. She said that she used to think that her being this kind of woman that just does the absolute most to be submissive to her man, she thought it used to be a weakness. I'm assuming because it wasn't appreciated or reciprocated, right? And she says that now she just embraces it, that she loves it, that she loves being his peace, she loves being his joy, and that she loves it. And it's great, right? Listen, first of all, let me just say, I have no judgment on Jazzy. That's her relationship. If it works for her, the main thing is, right, is the choice. She is choosing to do this. She said that she doesn't even have to request these things. She loves it. This is who she is as a woman, and it gives her peace. It gives her joy, right? So no judgment on their relationship. Do what you do, whatever. Okay, I mean, blessings to you. But I just think the concept of submission, biblically, it does say wives submit to your husbands and honor them, right? So you submit to your husband and honor them. Submission, in my understanding, is a choice, right? I think there's a difference between I have a personality type. You're not being submissive if by nature you are somebody who wants to do every and anything for your man. So by nature, you're just that way. The submissive part comes where he's asked something of you. You don't really want to do it, but you submit or you yield to his decision, to his request, to his leadership, right? My Bible scholars, help me. People who have maybe studied submission, or if you just have an opinion, let me know, because I'm not an expert, child. I'm not an expert. I'm just walking through this thing like the rest of us, right? But if the whole beauty of the submission is that I don't have to, it's not just my nature. Because what are you submitting to if it's your nature? You're just doing what you want to do. You haven't submitted to him. You're submitting to yourself, because that's what you want to do anyway. Now, let's say he said, I don't want you to watch me as I sleep. I don't want you to listen to my breathing and rub my back and all of the things. She said she packs his clothes for him. If he said, I want to pack my own clothes. And she's like, no, I enjoy packing your clothes for you, right? It could look like, oh my God, she's being submissive because she's helping him, but she wants to do the folding of clothes. So if his request then becomes, I actually want to fold my own clothes and pack my own luggage, and she has a rebuttal to that, or she doesn't do that, she goes ahead and packs his clothes because that's what she wants to do, you haven't submitted to him. His request was that he packs his own clothes, and you want to pack his clothes. You're not submissive. You're just honoring yourself, essentially. The whole point of submission is that you don't really want to do it, right? You have another thought, you have another idea. Let's say, okay, for instance, a woman, right? I don't want to use myself as an example, but let's just use myself as an example, because I'm not saying I'm the poster child for submission, because I am not. I have a long way to go, like I think most of us millennial women do, but we're trying. So, for instance, right, I'm from Houston, Texas. I lived my entire life, childhood, the whole thing in Houston, Texas. My husband lived in Dallas, Texas. He wanted to build a life and build a family in Dallas. I moved to Dallas for him. Now, obviously, you guys don't know me. What? If you've been on my channel, you could tell I have an opinion, right? I'm not a woman who has no opinions, who is just constantly go with the flow. Like, I have opinions, sometimes very strong opinions, right? I'm an older sister of brothers. I am somebody who can be very headstrong, like a force, right? So it's not like, oh, I'm just somebody who wanted to live in Dallas. And let's say I wanted to live in Dallas anyway. And he's like, okay, great, let's live in Dallas. Okay, wonderful, right? I haven't been submissive. We just, okay, we came to a decision together, we went. Him saying, I want to live in Dallas, I didn't want to live in Dallas. No shade to Dallas, child, but just, I'm a Houstonian, you know? And I want to live in Houston. But he's like, babe, you know, I really just want us to build a life here in Dallas. I think it'll be a great thing for us. Wonderful. I belonged to a church before I was married. I now belong to the church that he brought me to, right? So, and there's other ways that are a little bit more of a back and forth and negotiation. I'm not going to spill all my tea, but I'm just giving an example of some ways where it was like I yielded to his leadership. I yielded to his decision, right? To me, that is submission. That is the beauty of it, that like, wow, you could make another choice. You're an adult. You have your own autonomy. You have your decisions. That's why it's not supposed to be oppression. It's not supposed to be coercion. It's not supposed to be blackmail, right? Where it's like, I'm going to take this relationship away from you if you don't. No, it's a choice that the woman makes. And that's the beauty of submission. I think the way it's pitched to us or promoted is the curse. That's the biblical, you will be under your husband's heel and all of that, which Jesus redeemed us from, by the way. But that's still the dynamic of the world because we live in the world. So you have to understand that the power is in your choice to submit. So you saying that you just are the kind of woman that just likes to go with the flow and whatever your man says, you just want to do that. You're not being submissive. You just like to do that. You're still doing what you want to do. So I just don't want people looking at that and being like, well, dang, if I don't scratch my man's back to go to bed, am I not submit? Girl, you may not be submissive, but you may be submissive. If that man hasn't requested you to be scratching his back and packing his luggage, there's no request like that for you to yield to. Jazzy is not yielding to anybody's request. She's doing what she wants to do. When Shan asked her, what does a submissive woman do for her man? Everything? No. A submissive woman yields to her man's leadership. A submissive woman yields to her man's decision making, right? And also, in order to be comfortable with being submissive, it's not always comfortable, but I mean, generally speaking, in your relationship, you have to trust and honor the man that you're with, and he has to be honorable in your eyes. You know, everybody has different standards. Yeah, it's gonna sound crazy that I'm gonna submit to a man who's like a cheater, who is a liar, who has no direction, has no plan for my life, has no plan for his own life, is not ambitious, does not follow through with anything. That's why it sounds crazy to a lot of women, like, why would I submit to that? That's not what you gotta submit to, girl. Please don't submit to that. A man who your visions align, every now and then, it may be, oh, I want to live in Houston, he wants to live in Dallas. But you can trust his decision making that I'm sure I'll be able to build a beautiful life in Dallas with this man, with his leadership, with his plan. All right, y'all. So that is just what I wanted to share about that. Let me know your comments below on submission. And we could do a part 2 of this, because even outside of this specific clip or scenario, there's always been talk for years about submission and what is it, and should we be doing it, and is it oppression, is it patriarchy, the whole thing. We can absolutely get into that. Go ahead and comment below what you think. Do you agree with Jazzy? Do you understand where I'm coming from? Do you have your own perspective? Please do leave it below. Go ahead and hit the post notification bell so you'll be notified every time that I post a video, and also hit the subscribe button so that you can know what the tea is, y'all. Check out my other videos. I have a bunch of different topics that you guys can get into, and next video, like I said, we are going to be breaking down toxic traits. Y'all, I'm coming to the confession tip. I'm coming to confess. Have you ever thought and been like, dang, am I toxic? I'm not like a toxic person. I don't think it means you're a toxic person to me. I think everyone has a couple toxic traits that you just like, I gotta get that together, because it's not fruitful and it really can stand in the way of some things. So we're gonna break that down, and I would love for you guys to be here for that, and go ahead and hit the comments below. Hit hashtag toxic traits if you want that video. I'm probably gonna do it anyway, but just let me know, and also give me any video suggestions that you have. All right, guys, I'll see you next time. Bye.